don't want to help people, then you shouldn't be in politics. Because otherwise it means you're in it for yourself. And those are the wrong reasons. I just would like for people to know that I'm running for Fourth Ward councilman, not because I feel that I'm necessarily the greatest person in the world and I can move mountains, but I don't have to be on OJT. I don't have to, I don't have to start out learning the job. I mean, you've been in government at every level, from fireman to councilman to city clerk to city manager. I think it demonstrated that I have put myself, the people before myself, I should say. But we need people that are willing to give of themselves, willing to assess what goes on, willing to challenge their leaders into what is right and what is wrong. How could you let a city government last year come out with a 10% increase in your taxes? In those times, that's unheard of, ridiculous, and totally unprofessional. There's no way that that should happen. So when I got finished with it, of course, they ended up with a 2.5% increase because I tried to get it down to 0. I didn't even want it to be 2.5%. When I was city manager, I had an open door policy. Anybody that come up to that door could come in. And the reason for that was that people weren't used to getting to the city manager and expressing their feelings and thoughts. And that was the one thing I wanted to make sure that I want to hear what you have to say. I want to know what you think of what's going on. And how can I make it better if I don't know that I'm not doing the things that you want to see done? Our children are directly involved. They're written off. Our kids are written off in education. We spend all that money and we have this high ratio of special ed kids. It makes no sense to me. Our kids should not be in special ed. They may need some support systems. They may need a few things here and there, but it doesn't call for being typecast, being treated like you're a second-class citizen. Because kids know when they're being treated wrongly. You may not think that they can tell the difference, but they can tell the difference. It's just like if you go home tonight and you ask your children which one do you favor, they'll tell you, and why. I mean, they're that close to these situations. They're not removed. But education is something that I used to be the Board of Ed president. And we had started to generate our own money and to generate an educational system that started to make moves in our kids. Because those are the important things. See, I believe that we should have a better evaluation system. Because I don't blame teachers or children when you allow them to typecast a kid with this so-called making sure that you have a record of every child's behavior for the last year or so. Well, all that does is it's called tracking. All you do is tracking the kid. That means that if I have one bad year, it stays with me the rest of my life. I can't get out from under that. There's something wrong with that kind of system that would take a kid, make one mistake, and throw him to to the curb. An advocate for kids, school kids. I mean, we go in there and raise some hell. Because our kids deserve better than what they were getting. They had nobody that come forward and give them support. If they look back, they would say, no one really supported us when we needed the help. Because that's the key. That's one of the key. You gotta have somebody inside, somebody at the table speaking on your behalf. Otherwise, you going nowhere. You can be anything you want to be, and mediocre, and make it. So you don't have to be the best in the world in order to get the job done. What you do have to be able to do is understand it and understand what your purpose is. I'm Jack Drakeford. I lived in Englewood all my life. I'm the 4th Ward councilman, and I'm running for the 4th Ward. And I would hope and look forward to the people of the 4th Ward voting me back in to become their councilman, their representative for the 4th.